All right, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, whatever time it may be for us in your location. Good day, good day, good day, good day. So we are going to start the ball rolling. Today we are putting together both part 2 and part 3. So that tomorrow we'll focus on part 4 and Friday we'll focus on part 5. My name is Amos Adeyinka. We'll start in few seconds right now. Let's go ahead with this music. All right. Once again, you are all welcome. My name is Amos Adeyinka. So we started yesterday. We were unable to start the broadcast on the Monday. So we started yesterday on the capture, the place of knowledge. The place of knowledge. Key ingredients for success. The place of knowledge, the key ingredients for success. So today we are going to be putting together the part 2, which is the topic, the subtopic for today. Part 2 is types of knowledge, and then the part 3 is going to be on acquiring knowledge. What type of knowledge and how can we acquire knowledge? So right now, every one of us, you are welcome. If you are new to this channel, kindly help us subscribe and click on like and share. If you are an existing member, please Click, just help us share it. Let's pray to want people to come in. So we're looking at this morning. Right now, let's start on this note, talking about the types of knowledge. Types of knowledge. So I want to welcome everyone. So we embark on this journey to get different types of knowledge that are essential for our success, because we need to have understanding the various forms of knowledge will enable us to leverage on them effectively in our personal and professional lives. So when you understand these types of knowledge we have, it will enhance our level of understanding on how to leverage on each of these for our own personal and professional lives. Now let's start again. Look at on the overview of knowledge. The role of knowledge in success, which we have talked about, definition and significance of knowledge, we have talked about that. But let's list at this to set the stage right now. Let's clarify what we mean by knowledge again. Knowledge is not just information. Knowledge is not just information. So it is the understanding with the skills and insight gained from experience and education. So you can see now we put together that knowledge is not just about information. It's beyond that. Knowledge is the understanding, the skills, the insight gained from experience and education. All of them put together is what will empower our knowledge. It's what will enhance our knowledge. So, because as Plato stated, he said knowledge is true belief. And this foundational understanding guide our action and decision. Foundational, when you have the knowledge, you have the foundational understanding of this, it will guide your action, enhance our decision. Now let's look at like we said, we're looking at types of knowledge. All right, looking at the explicit versus tacit kind of knowledge. When you look at under the point of explicit knowledge, it is clear and documented easily and easily shared. This is type of knowledge that you can easily document the facts you have been seen. You can easily it is clear, can be documented, and can easily be shared. It's a knowledge that can impact on others. Looking at this, the example here is like the data, like a manual and educational content. So these are what under this we can call this explicit or explicit knowledge. Wolf Angel, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for connecting. We are not here for politics. We are here just to encourage ourselves. So meanwhile, politics is good, but so that the purpose of what we are doing will not be defeated, will not be diverted. Thank you so much. So thank you so much. So looking at that, when you look at the tacit kind of knowledge, is a personal and content specific. It's a personal and context, and also specific, difficult to articulate, difficult to express. This kind of knowledge is gained through life experience and intuition. It's gained through intuition because these are the things, you are passing through it, you have passed through it, and you gain knowledge through that. So personal, when you look at it, is when we say is personal and then difficult to articulate. When you now look at it, a knowledge that is not shared is lost. That is why you can see that one is better off than one. There's one that you can easily share. There's other one that you cannot share easily. So and we see this code now say a knowledge that is not shared is lost. And that's why somebody, if you a knowledge is not power if it's not made to use. So what knowledge is power? No, it is the applied knowledge that is power. So on this explicit of one, we can easily apply it, you can share it, you can develop with others. But the other type, it is difficult to analyze. So let's look at the practical knowledge. The practical knowledge is, look at the key point, definition and importance of practical knowledge. It simply means all known as known how. Involves executing tasks effectively. Because you know it by yourself, personal knowledge, you have developed yourself to that part, it makes you to execute your project easily. You execute project easily. So let's talk about this practical knowledge now. Oftentimes as know how. And this type of knowledge is crucial. It's crucial because it's allow us to apply our concept learned through formal education in the real world scenario. You are able to make use of them. For instance, a car mechanic may understand like the theory behind an engine, but must rely on practical knowledge to successfully diagnose and repair the vehicle. Just like somebody studying, like you see a lot of people with theory today, the practical part of it is zero. Somebody is graduating from a school today, a medical lab that cannot even do any medical test. So that is practical here, is ability to be able to put to work what you have discovered. So practical knowledge is often what separates the theory from the practitioner, from those who practices it. So it is this, it makes you, somebody is good in theory, but when you bring them to the face to face, they are not good. So practical knowledge enhances our productivity. It enhances our productivity. Now, look at this, the contextual knowledge here. We need to understand it also. The importance of contextual, maybe let's say contextual knowledge, of knowing when and where to apply knowledge. Contextual knowledge simply means knowing when and where to apply it. Because one may be doing the right thing even at the wrong time. That is why knowledge is very, very important. Very, very important. So another important types of this of knowledge is considered contextual, where we have mentioned, and this involves understanding the environment in which knowledge is applied. You have the understanding of it. And this involves understanding the environment in which knowledge is applied. For example, the same communication strategies may not work in every culture or organization. So you have the understanding. You know what approach, you know what strategies you are putting up here. Contextual knowledge allows us to adapt our knowledge to be able to fit in the different situation. So making us more effective, and then in our interactions and maybe problem solving efforts. So you have room, you are able to communicate. Now let's look at this. Call this one integrating knowledge types. Integrating knowledge type is this interconnection of knowledge. A successful individual that will leverage a combination of explicit and tacit and practical knowledge putting them together. Now, it is important to understand that these different from knowledge, from knowledge are not isolated. So it is important to understand that these different forms of knowledge are not isolated. They are often overlap and interact. So we need to understand that, because successful individual will typically leverage on a combination to command the exploit we desire. And combination. Now, in conclusion, before we move to the next phase, which is like a day 3, bring it to day 2 right now. Summary of the types of discussion we have talked about: explicit, tacit, practical, and contextual knowledge. 4. Explicit, tacit, practical, and contextual. All of them unique on their own. So that's it. Now, to wrap it up, so we have explored this all this. So let's go ahead and begin to put them to work. Remember, knowledge is not enough. We must apply. Willingly is not enough. We must do. Let me repeat that. I say, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willingly is not enough. We must do it. You are willing. That is talking to us that action is needed. Action, 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 action. Action, 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 action. All right. Let's listen to this more. And I'll be back to run through the part 3. I don't get you. Can you come so that we can, can you drop your point? You know what I'm talking about? What I'm talking about, Mr. Sam, what I'm talking about is different types of knowledge. And then each one of them, they are unique on their own. So if you have another submission, just drop it. We are learning. We are also learning from one another. So drop it. It's not confusing. I've mentioned 4 different types of knowledge. And I just mentioned the last quote here that talks about knowing is not enough. That is, we must apply. Then we say, to be willing is not enough. We must do it. That shows to us applied knowledge is what brings the power, not knowledge itself. When we say knowledge is power, why? To some extent, good. But if knowledge that cannot be transferred to practical, that cannot be used, it's not powerful. It has no power. So, and that's why we're trying to analyze. The subject we have been looking at from the few days now is on the place of knowledge, key ingredients for success. So that's the thing we have been looking at. So I don't know that, when you talk even about knowledge, it's very deep. What you know will be different for the way. So that's why it is good. So if you have anything, just drop it. I will read and also learn from it. Thank you. All right. All right. All right. Now let's look at this on the part. I'm just trying to mix them together for us. Now the part 3 now is on about acquiring knowledge. How can one acquire it? Because there's nothing anyone want to become or want to be that you will have no one that have gone ahead of you. So there's always how to everything. That's always how to everything. Now, we're looking at acquiring knowledge. Now, the importance of acquiring knowledge, let's look at it this way. because that's talking about the value of knowledge acquisition. And that will be bringing us more continuous. This talking about one of them is continuous improvement and adaptability. When you are acquiring knowledge, you have the importance. What is the importance of this knowledge you want to acquire? It is for continuous improvement and acquisition. Somebody said that you are not growing if you are not learning, and you are dying when you stop learning. So the more you learn, the more you acquire knowledge, the more you develop capacity. It is for continuous improvement and adaptability. The importance of acquiring knowledge is for continuous improvement and adaptability. And also, it also helps in it enhance critical thinking and also decision making. You may, if you have something similar or different, just drop it on the comment, then I'll read it, we learn together. I said, why are we acquiring knowledge? Why are we acquiring it? And just 1 minute. So why are we acquiring it? I said, 1, for continuous improvement and adaptability. 2, I said, it enhances our critical thinking and also decision making. Now, all right. So let's go further. Now, knowledge acquisition is central to personal growth and personal development. It's centered. If you want to acquire knowledge, it is not for somebody else. It is for personal growth and professional development. Personal growth and professional development. Personal growth and professional development. So whichever way you want to get it for, then, so in our what we mentioned before, where change is constant, the ability to learn new information and skills is crucial. Let me repeat that again. I put down here, I say, where change is very, very constant. We heard the word often that the only thing that is permanent and regular is change. So where change is constant, the ability to learn new information and skills is crucial. I'm still learning. I'm learning. My broadcast is a lot for me. I'm also learning on the path. So develop that. So the ability to learn new information. Listen, the Albert Einstein said, intellectual growth should commence at birth. I love it too. He said, and cease only at death. That is telling us that the knowledge, the intellectual capacity, the growth of it is going to be continuous until the last day, until you finally finish your time. So you must not stop learning. You must not stop seeking for how to acquire knowledge. So this statement simply means that statement capture the essence of a lifelong learning. Knowledge is a lifelong learning. You cannot finish it. Lifelong learning. So our learning journey never truly ends. Our learning journey never truly ends. So when you look at this part now, what about the formal education and self-directed learning? Formal education and self-directed learning. This is also under acquiring knowledge. Formal education and self. The formal education in this context is provide a structured learning environment. It provides a proper a structured learning environment. And it also offers foundational knowledge in various fields, foundational knowledge. But what about this one is under this formal education? That what about self-directed learning? What does this one stand for? This one it encourages autonomy in choosing topics. It's also the various resources like books, online courses, podcast, and mentorship program. So by this, it's self-directed learning. You are ready to learn. You are learning so that you can acquire knowledge. So what are the roles of learning? The roles of technology in learning. The roles of technology in learning. The key point is we need to begin to think about how to leverage on digital tools. Leveraging on digital tools, that is accessibility and wealth of information that is available online. Accessibility, and then you give attention, give room, develop more time to access some things that can enhance your level of knowledge. Online communication or communities, online communities and forum as learning resources. All this is just for us to maintain our relevance, to make sure we are running with adequate knowledge. All right, let's look at hands-on experience and learning. Engaging, this helps us to engage in project and internship enhance understanding. Internships that will enhance our level of understanding. Now, reflection on experience to reinforce learning. Because when you are talking, this knowledge you are talking about, you cannot separate knowledge from learning. You cannot separate learning from knowledge. They work hand in hand. So as you are learning to acquire knowledge. And that will help us to engage in project and internship that will enhance our understanding. So another thing we need to also observe from here is, as we discussed before, listen, learning maybe does not only come from books or video. Let me emphasize on that. It comes from experience also. That is, we need to begin to engage in a real world project or internship that will allow us to apply what we have learned in practical settings. Because that's why you see a lot of things today. A lot of people study particular thing, but they ended up doing something else. So moreover, we need to, reflection is crucial. Reflect on it. After participating in projects, take a time to assess what went well and what we need to improve on. So this will help us to give room. You always be seeking to know more. You want to learn something new, because you are trying to reflect on what you have done, trying to know what is working and the one that is not working. All right. All right. You call me professor. I am not professor. I'll just also learn, I'm doing research and also sharing it out with people. I'm not a professor, sir. I'll call you also Professor Sam. I'm not a professor. He said, if you don't mind, I will suggest we define in simple terms the differences between each classification in adaptation to different situations. Yes, it's good. That's why, what I'm talking about. It's just like how will I put it now? It's just like putting everything together, because a knowledge in one field is different from another. So I agree with you. So we can do that. In fact, if we want to be available one day, we can come together, do a kind of life together, bring up a topic, go and develop on your own. I develop on my own, and we just come, because there's something that says that iron sharpened iron. So let's learn from one another. Maybe there's a particular aspect of it where you want us to dig deep. You can put it down, and then we work on it. We fix a time that we are coming together and then go live together and then rub mine on it. And remember, because whatever I'm doing now cannot even capture everything. It's just a short clip to talk to share little from my research, from what I've done. So I'm not a professor. You are a professor. So setting goals for knowledge acquisition, very, very important. Setting goals for knowledge acquisition, very, very important. Establishing clear learning objectives, that is determining what knowledge is most beneficial for growth. That's why you can, like what you just said now, from my point now, you are the one that need to determine what type of knowledge is most beneficiary to you for growth in your aspect, in your endeavor, in your aspect of interest, in your area of interest. It also helps us creating a structure plan for achieving this goal. Creating a structure plan for achieving this goal. Now, because we'll soon be closing from here now. Now, to be effective in acquiring knowledge, it is crucial to set clear, measurable goals, identify specific knowledge areas that are beneficial for your professional aspiration. So these are on individual basis. But one thing is, everything we are talking about now, if you go back to work on them and put them to your own part where you think you need it and add to it, it's going to bring something better. So for instance, if you want to improve your skills in data analysis, which I'm also, I really want to do that. So you might set a goal, like this, to complete an online courses in, maybe in tools, like Excel, like search engine, within the next maybe few weeks or few months, because this structured approach ensures that you remain focused and accountable in your learning journey, because you have a goal. When you set a goal, it makes you to be accountable. You are not just running without a definition. Somebody once said, where there's no definition, there'll be a deviation. So when you are able to set your goal in terms of the knowledge you want to achieve in the part of your own interest, it brings about some level of focus. It enhances concentration. So we need to now begin to see how to utilize different learning style. Recognize your learning style. The one I could remember maybe when I was still in secondary school, then when we want to study, we put our leg in water and then begin to study. And also, one of the things that also work for me that you follow, I love to listen to music when I'm learning. So not in a music in a public play, maybe as I'm reading now, I will be playing something and I'm also reading. So you need to recognize your learning style, because if you want to gain knowledge, learning is a pathway. So visual, the techniques, the system you want to use, visualize it, begin to set it up. Now customize your learning approach. You can do it, you can frame it your own, customize your learning approach. What approach that is, it is unique to you, customize it. Customize your learning approach, that is, tailor your resources and method according to your style. Your resources according to your style. According to your style. All right, now let's look at this. We need to have understanding your learning style can greatly enhance your knowledge. When you understand your own style, can enhance your knowledge acquisition process. For example, some people are usually learners who benefit from diagram. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam or Professor Sam. He said this topic is multi-dimensional and relative. No, not absolute. Okay. People having different perspective or how they view and understand things. A person needs to learn crucial thinking and extensive knowledge. Yes, yes, yes. You know, the bottom line is just that the bottom line is just pick from the word that we're talking about knowledge. And knowledge is very, like you said, is very multi-dimensional, is very deep, is something that when you pick a knowledge about a particular thing, we can begin to look at step by step to achieve this. What maybe you pick a particular subject and not because there's no any field of life that knowledge is not needed. So when you pick a particular field of and maybe a life, something you want to do, and now pick the knowledge needed about this, and we are going to also have step by step to this, step by step to each of these things. So I agree with you. So like I said, some people learn through diagrams and chart, while others may absorb information better through listening or hand-on activities. Can you see now? This is just a part of it you just mentioned now from my note. So what works for the basic line is that we need to seek for knowledge, and how you are going to seek for that knowledge, what is going to work for you may be different from person to person, and also may be differ from the subject. I mean, the goal to go, or different from the thing you want to learn about. So, for example, if you are if engaging in workshop to learn one other two things, I was speaking with somebody where we are talking about, there's a particular place. Okay, for example, now let me use this one as an example. This is my trumpet. I play trumpet. This is it now. The knowledge I need for trumpet, in terms of what I need to go and learn, is different from somebody that just want to what other things can I mention now? Somebody who want to practice something else. Now I have my saxophone here also. This is my saxophone. So what we do, they are similar, but learning in different way. They are similar. So that is just, you need to know what works for you. But the basic is that anything you want to do in any field of endeavor that lack knowledge will lack productivity. That's just my own part. And the reason why I was even bringing about this subject about knowledge is because I'm also a networker. I'm an affiliate marketer. I'm dealing with a lot of people. For example, I'm promoting this product now from my company that I'm working with. This product is from a company in Nigeria, and I'm based in the city of Istanbul in Turkey, and I'm selling this product. I'm also recruiting people to join the company. Now, because the reason what prompted me to this is because a lot of people, they'll be asking you a series of questions, and we call for a meeting. We call for a training. They will not come for the training. No wonder that said my people are just destroyed because that knowledge is missing. We call for a training, they will not come to attend. We come for meeting, they will not be there, and they will keep asking on questions that you thought you believe that they should have outgrown. So that's what brings about this topic about knowledge. You cannot go far above beyond your level of knowing of your knowledge. So as we begin to round up here now, look at the importance of analyzing experiences now that I just mentioned. Because we look at the reflection on is a power tool in the learning process. You reflect on what you are doing. It's a powerful tool in the learning process. Each day you reflect. What have I done today? I hope I'm doing it right. If there's anything not doing. So because after acquiring new knowledge or completing a project, you need to take a time to think about what you learn, what challenges you faced, and how you can overcome, how you can come out of them. So you need to learn from them. Reflection is very important. Don't just rush out. Reflect on it. Reflect on it, and because it's going to help. Now, as we close, I will round it up now. This I plan not to make it too lengthy. You look at embracing lifelong learning. I since I heard this word, it have been it have been pushing me that when you stop learning, you start dying. And as you love to continue to learn, you are keep renew yourself. You keep growing. That shows knowledge is very deep. You can't get to the end point of knowledge. So understanding that the learning process never truly ends. We must have that understanding that learning process never truly ends. You can see you are talking about something. I said yes, because if one believe that, somebody also said that the beginning of failure is for one to believe that he knows everything, while the beginning of success is for one to accept that he knows nothing but he's ready to know more. So that is me. So we need to begin to share. So in conclusion, it is essential to embrace a mindset of lifelong learning. That is, I want to know more. I want to know more. I could remember when I was to do my master's. I wanted to believe at the point that maybe with this my age and with the thing that I'm doing, that we need to do that. No, lifelong learning. I'm also currently still looking for a venue to do more. So knowledge acquisition is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing journey. So as the world changes, new information becomes available. That's why it's a long life, making it vital to stay curious and committed to learning. So throughout life, the beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms, and which means it is essential to continually redefine our learning strategies as we grow. Redefine it. The summary will talk about the importance of acquiring knowledge, and various strategies has been discussed. So I want to say thank you everyone for your attention, for your comments, for your belief. I would like to open it also now that tomorrow we are coming back with the day 4, part 4 tomorrow, and by Friday we'll close it. And then please let's know that whatever we are hearing from this channel is not making it a kind of monopoly kind of a thing that somebody, no, it's my research, and then we can come to argue some things and then run it and come to a point. So thank you everyone. All our return subscribers want to say thank you, but kindly say help us share and click on notification button so that when we come like this, you can see. And also to all the first time, those who are coming in contact with this channel for the first time, thank you so much also. And then help us subscribe and help us share it and click on notification button. Thank you. Professor Sam Onyekwere, thank you so much again for your contribution this afternoon. I deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'm looking forward for a time that you can also ready to come, open your face. Let's see ourselves. Let's rub mind together. Thank you. From the city of Istanbul in Turkey, my name is Amos Adeyinka. I love to see you all at the top. Success is possible, but let's know that knowledge is a lifelong endeavor. Thank you, and see you on the winning side. Bye for now, everyone.